When we think of the gods capable of destroying the world, we think of Zeus with his lightning, or Poseidon with his oceans. We never think of the earth. We never think of the harvest. Demeter, the goddess of agriculture, is often painted as the gentle mother of nature. But this is a dangerous misconception. Demeter did not just grow the crops, she controlled the fundamental switch between life and death. And when the gods pushed her to the edge, she proved that she was the most terrifying force in the cosmos. In the beginning, the earth knew no winter. Under Demeter's watch, humanity lived in an eternal, golden spring. The soil was endlessly fertile, and mankind thrived without fear of starvation. Her entire world, her entire heart, revolved around her beloved daughter Persephone, the goddess of spring. They were the heartbeat of the mortal realm. But happiness on Olympus is a fragile illusion, easily shattered by the greed of kings. The tragedy began with a conspiracy forged in the highest halls of power. Hades, the lord of the underworld, desired Persephone as his queen. But he did not act alone. He sought the permission of Zeus, the king of gods and Persephone's own father. And Zeus, without a word to Demeter, gave his brother the ultimate silent approval to take her by force. One moment she was reaching for a glowing narcissus flower. The next, the earth split open. The Black Chariot of death violently dragged the goddess of spring into the eternal abyss. And then, the earth sealed shut, leaving no trace, no witness, only an absolute, horrifying silence. When Demeter heard the faint echo of her daughter's struggle, she rushed to the meadow. But she found only crushed flowers. For 9 days and 9 nights, the Golden Mother wandered the earth, carrying flaming torches, refusing to eat or sleep. Her sorrow was boundless. But when the sun god, Helios, finally revealed the truth, that Zeus and Hades had conspired against her, her sorrow turned into a cold, world-ending rage. Demeter abandoned Olympus. She stripped off her divine crown, cloaked herself in the shadows of an old woman, and sat in absolute silence. And as the goddess mourned, the earth died with her. She withdrew her blessing from the soil. The seeds refused to sprout. The rivers froze. The vibrant green world withered into a desolate gray wasteland. Demeter had invented something humanity had never seen before. Winter. It was an apocalypse of starvation. Famine swept across every city, every kingdom. Mortals prayed, they begged, they offered their last remaining cattle at the altars of the gods. But Demeter did not care. If her daughter was trapped in the dark, the whole world would burn in the cold. She held the entire human race hostage. She was starving the world to death. To truly understand the horrific cruelty Demeter possessed, one must look at the fate of King Erysichthon. During her wandering, this arrogant mortal dared to chop down her sacred oak grove to build his dining hall, ignoring the blood that bled from the divine wood. He insulted the goddess, and Demeter's punishment was an absolute nightmare. She did not strike him with lightning. She summoned Limos, the monstrous spirit of unquenchable starvation. Limos crept into the king's chamber and breathed the curse of eternal famine straight into his veins. When Erysichthon awoke, a raging, demonic hunger consumed him. He ate his entire royal feast. Then he ate all the livestock in his kingdom. He sold his own daughter into slavery just to buy more food. But the more he consumed, the emptier his stomach became. Driven to ultimate madness by Demeter's curse, Erysichthon sat alone in the dark and began to devour his own flesh. He ate himself alive until nothing was left. That is the true wrath of the goddess of agriculture. Back on the frozen earth, The human race was on the brink of extinction. And up on Olympus, the gods began to panic. Without humans, there were no sacrifices, no prayers. The altars went cold. The divine power of the Olympians was fading. Demeter's strategy was flawless. By starving humanity, she was starving the gods. Zeus sent messenger after messenger offering Demeter endless treasures and honors to end the winter. She rejected them all. Her demand was absolute: return Persephone, or the earth will remain a graveyard forever. Finally, the king of the gods had to swallow his pride. Zeus surrendered. He ordered Hermes to fly down to the underworld and command Hades to release the queen. Demeter had broken the will of Zeus, but Hades was a master of the dark arts. Before Persephone left the underworld, he offered her a single bleeding pomegranate seed. The law of the cosmos was strict. Whoever eats the food of the dead is bound to the underworld forever. By tasting that tiny seed, Persephone sealed her fate. A compromise was struck. For a portion of the year, Persephone would return to her mother. The earth would bloom, giving us spring and summer. But for the rest of the year, she must descend back to Hades. And in her absence, Demeter's grief returns. The leaves fall, the soil freezes, and the world remembers the apocalyptic wrath of the mother who almost ended everything. The first winter left an eternal scar on the human psyche. Mortals realized their existence hung by a thread, entirely dependent on the volatile emotions of one grieving mother. Out of this pure existential terror, a secret was born. Demeter did not just return the harvest. She established the most secretive and powerful cult in the ancient world, the Eleusinian Mysteries. Hidden deep within the shadows of her temple at Eleusis, Demeter revealed the ultimate truths to a chosen few. She did not just teach them how to plant crops to survive the winter. Having traveled to the edges of the underworld and forced the gods to bend to her will, she brought back something far more dangerous: the secret to conquering death itself. The initiates were promised a blessed existence in the afterlife, safe from the cold abyss of Hades. But this knowledge came with a terrifying absolute law: the vow of silence. To reveal what happened inside the dark halls of Eleusis was an unforgivable crime, punishable by immediate death. For over 2,000 years, emperors, kings, and philosophers walked into that darkness, and none dared to speak a word of what they saw. They knew better than to cross the goddess who once starved the world. Demeter held the lives of every mortal hostage to save the one person she loved. Was this the ultimate display of a mother's unyielding love, or was it an act of supreme, unforgivable cruelty against innocent humans? Defend your stance in the comments below. I've pinned this debate at the top. Your voice commands the next descent into the dark. Cast your vote. Should our next deep dive be the horrific eternal punishment of Sisyphus, or the terrifying birth of the Minotaur? Type your choice below. And for the most observant watchers in the shadows, did you spot the bleeding pomegranate hidden in the frozen gray wasteland? Tell me the exact timestamp if you have the eyes of an eagle. Subscribe, respect the harvest, and until next time.